contract era. Back in the 2000s, many K-pop idols were locked into exclusive contracts that lasted up to 13 years. We're talking long hours, low pay, zero creative control, and no way out without legal consequences. One of the most infamous cases? TVXQ vs SM Entertainment in 2009. Three members Jaejung, Yuchun, and Junsu filed a lawsuit, calling their 13-year contract unjust and one-sided. Their schedule was brutal, and despite the group's massive success, they barely saw any money. This lawsuit wasn't just a fight over pay, it cracked the shiny surface of the K-pop system. Media called it the birth of the slave contract scandal, and public support shifted toward the idols. This wasn't an isolated case either. Groups like Super Junior, Kara, and EXO would later face similar struggles. The wave of lawsuits forced South Korea's Fair Trade Commission to step in, revising contract laws in 2011 to cap contracts at 7 years. But let's be real, just because the law changed, doesn't mean the power dynamic did. Slave contracts might be banned on paper, but in practice, that's a whole different story. You'd think idols bringing in millions would be, well, millionaires. But in K-pop? That's not always how the math works. Many idols end up broke or in massive debt, not because they're bad with money, but because they never actually received it. Welcome to the world of training debt, shady accounting, and vanishing wages. Let's start with BAP vs TS Entertainment. In 2014, BAP shocked fans by filing a lawsuit, stating they had earned around $9 million in revenue but were barely paid. The group accused TS of violating labor laws, profit manipulation, and unilateral management decisions. The case revealed idols could be overworked, underpaid, and legally silenced. And this wasn't a one-off. Former members of the East Light, under Media Line Entertainment, exposed how they received zero compensation and were allegedly physically abused during training. Meanwhile, Megan Lee, a solo artist under Soul Shop Entertainment, filed a lawsuit in 2014 alleging contract violations and no payment for her activities. The court sided with her, proving that even soloists weren't spared. Even Luna's legal battle revealed their company, Blockberry Creative, hadn't paid several members anything since debut. That's years of performing, promoting, and fan signing with no paycheck. How is this legal? Some companies justify it by saying idols must first repay their training costs, which can exceed $300,000 per member. Until that's paid off, they see little to no income. The worst part? Most idols have no idea how much they're owed because there's often zero transparency. Many are breaking down. Mental health in K-pop has long been a taboo topic. Idols live under 24/7 surveillance, strict diets, grueling schedules, and social media pressure. It's no wonder so many experience burnout, depression, and anxiety, yet most are given no support. One high-profile example is Kang Daniel. After winning Produce 101 and becoming a national icon, he requested to terminate his contract with LM Entertainment in 2019. Why? He said he suffered mental distress due to unauthorized contract sales and constant interference in his career. And he's not alone. AOA's Kwon Mina opened up about years of bullying, self-harm, and being ignored by her company despite reaching out for help. She left the group and later attempted suicide. Her case sparked a wave of conversations about mental health in idol groups. Guhara, Sully, and Jonghyun, their tragic passings were, you know the drill, perfect skin, flawless fashion, zero scandals. But what if we told you that some K-pop idols can't even change their hairstyle without permission? Welcome to the world of image control, where companies don't just manage idols' careers, they manage their entire identities. From dating bans to no eating in public rules, some idols are living under contracts that feel more like obedience manuals than business agreements. Let's talk dating bans first. They're infamous. Idols like Blackpink's Jennie, EXO's Baekhyun, and Twice's Jihyo have all faced massive backlash or even internal punishment for simply dating. Why? Because companies think love ruins the fantasy. Then there's Card Salmon, who didn't sue, but opened up about how her agency used to control everything from her outfits to what she said on camera. She admitted she wasn't allowed to have an opinion in the early years. Girls' Generation's Tion once said she didn't even get to pick her hair color. Her image was completely curated by SM Entertainment. G-Dragon, known for his rebellious style, admitted he had to push back hard against stylists early in his career. And if you thought this only happened to rookies, think again. Even seasoned idols like IU revealed that her girl next door image was heavily crafted and monitored, especially early in her career. She later admitted she never felt like she could truly be herself on stage. In some cases, companies even confiscate phones, monitor texts, and control friendships, all in the name of public image. That's not branding, it's surveillance. We have Stacy that faced this situation. Their phones was confiscated by the company until their first win that they get with ASAP. This control extends to body image too. Idols like Mamamoo Wasa and LE Seraphim's Yeonjun have been praised for challenging beauty standards, but only after years of being told to lose weight or fit a certain mold. While lawsuits over image control are rare, the pushback is growing louder. Idols are now using podcasts, vlogs, and fan platforms to speak out, risking career damage to reclaim their basic human autonomy. Because here's the truth, fans fall in love with personalities, not puppets. And the more idols challenge control, the more the industry is forced to face its reflection, and it's not as pretty as the posters make it seem. Not every K-pop lawsuit is about abuse or contracts, sometimes it's just about career sabotage. Imagine training for years, only to have your album cancelled, your debut pushed back, or your group left in limbo with zero promotions. That's the brutal reality for many idols. When agencies don't deliver on promises, idols sue to reclaim control over their futures. Let's start with Luna, one of the most public cases of this kind. In 2023, 9 members filed lawsuits to terminate their contracts with Blockberry Creative. That their company Banana Culture delayed comebacks and failed to pay members properly despite the group's viral success with Up and Down. Pristin, a promising girl group from Pledis Entertainment, debuted to hype in 2017, and then disappeared. No comebacks, no updates, just silence. The group disbanded in 2019, and several former members hinted that they'd been left without work or explanations. In many of these cases, idols didn't ask for fame or fortune, they just wanted their careers to be taken seriously. When companies break their promises, lawsuits become a last resort. Because in K-pop, talent isn't enough, you need an agency that's willing to fight for you, not against you. The K-pop world is changing and idols aren't staying silent anymore. Gone are the days when legal action meant career suicide. Today's idols are legally savvy, digitally powerful, and backed by loyal fandoms who know the industry isn't always pretty behind the scenes. In 2023, EXO's Baekhyun, Xiaomin, and Shin took a bold step by challenging SM Entertainment over lack of payment transparency and unfair contract terms. And the shocker? They weren't rookies, they're industry veterans. Their move set off major discussions about artist rights and freedom clauses. Then there's Kang Daniel, who not only won his lawsuit to break from LM Entertainment but went on to build his own label, Connect Entertainment. B.I. of transparency. While member Kina reconciled with the tract by October 2023, the remaining 3 members Sina, Seo, and Aaron had their contracts terminated. The court audiences are still ongoing. These cases show one thing: empowered idols are rewriting the rules. With more transparency, stronger legal teams, and fan support, legal battles are no longer the end, they're often the beginning of artistic freedom. Lawsuits once meant career suicide, but not anymore. These legal battles are reshaping K-pop, pushing companies toward accountability, and giving idols more control. The era of silent suffering is ending, and a louder, fairer industry might just be on the horizon.